This here will be part 2, about exposing the spirit of control. Now, if you've not watched part 1, please watch part 1 because I've said a lot of things, I've shared a lot of things, and whatever I'm going to say here in part 2, is going to be building off what I said in part 1. So please watch that. Wherever you see the spirit of control, wherever you see it in operation, wherever it's present, what it does is it restricts, it inhibits, it holds back people from performing at their highest level, or be able to perform at their optimum levels. And so you see things like, you see people calling self-confident people proud people. All of these things are ways which are the things you see wherever you see the spirit of control, wherever it is, family, the church, a corporate institution. When someone is trying to be the best that it can be, people gather around, group, and start pointing fingers and calling that person names. For what? Just because they want to be the best version of themselves. And which is one of the most important things here on earth. If every human being you see outside will aspire, will put in the work to become the best version of themselves, I'm telling you, we are going to live in a very good environment. Everything is people will start working on themselves. People will start taking initiatives. People will start changing certain things that have been problems in society. But for whatever reason, wherever you find black people, when people see people trying to become the best version of themselves, they start tagging them. He's proud. He's proud. He's this. He's proud. She's proud. She's too proud. And you see, when when people start coming up with that, other people join in, and everybody starts pointing fingers at you, calling the person proud. Now, my question is a problem. Wherever you find the spirit of control ingrained in people's mindset, when they see confidence, self-confidence, when they see people who want to do well for themselves, people want to better their situation, it becomes a problem to them. Now, why do we see that? And this is it. Let's say someone is doing something, and your predecessors were only able to move to 1,000 miles, and for whatever reason, they stopped. Or maybe because of the actions of whatever society or community they found themselves in, they stopped at 1,000 miles. When anybody also rises and starts moving on the same thing and trying to do the same thing, at that same 1,000 miles or 900 whatever we are going to use to measure, when that person is getting closer to where their predecessors got to, and for whatever reason they were cut down or were shut down, or the community came up against them, people start rising up. People start bringing up some of those things. But so what it causes people to do is hold themselves back from becoming who they really are supposed to be. Maybe their predecessor only had the capacity for 1,000 miles. This one has 10,000 miles. This one has 20,000 miles. This one has 30,000 miles. But because of the kind of people and this mindset ingrained in people's head that if I'm not the one doing it, then you should not do it. You should not progress. Then let's come together. Let's stop them. Let's stop him. The person has 10,000, 20,000, has capacity to move to 30,000, but because of the kind of community, people are forced to hold back. It's a big problem. Why do you think Cristiano Ronaldo is able to do what he's doing? Without self-confidence, I am telling you, Cristiano Ronaldo will never be able to perform and set the records and break the records and set the records and break the records he's breaking. This mindset, I'm telling you, is witchcraft. Huh? It's from the pit of hell, designed to hold us, Africans, back. I'm telling you. How can Lionel Messi play and break records and play, and he's breaking records and he's scoring and he's breaking and he's scoring and he's going? I don't see any community gather against him. I don't see any community gather against these people. But if it was a black person doing it, you see his own kind, you see his own people, the people that are supposed to raise him up, they see that his own people gather against him, and they'll start going to the media, making blogs, doing this, posting that, posting this, posting. You even get sometimes, in some scenarios, you get even some of his siblings going online, posting this and saying that. We have a problem. I'm telling you. If Africa is going to rise up to become what it's supposed to be, if Africa is going to harness the energy, the power, the ability that is sitting inside of us, but because of some of these things we have inherited from years as a result of slavery, as a result of trauma, generational trauma that has been handed down. I'm telling you, this is what is holding Africa back. So we have everything here, the gold, diamond, bauxite, we have manpower, yet we are still in poverty. It's what people cannot go all out, because when this society, community, whatever, I've told you, it's in several dynamics, from the family dynamic, we have even imported it into the church. You see it in the corporate space. Once the person starts breaking the first record, second record, the people who are actually supposed to be happy and be rejoicing because this person is doing something that other young people can also look up to and start emulating, something that will encourage people to also push further. The same community that is supposed to rejoice, that same community turns themselves and starts attacking the person that is trying to bring courage, trying to instill some kind of courage, faith. And that is the problem of Africa. The only thing Africa needs is people to set certain examples for us to see that if this one has done it, I can also do it. That is all we need in Africa. I'm telling you. What we need in Africa are people who are willing to run the race and break certain records, so that people who are looking from behind can say, okay, if he has done this, then if he has gone 10,000 miles, then I should aspire for 20,000 miles. And then, okay, so somebody breaks 10,000, somebody breaks 20,000, somebody breaks 100,000. Then everybody sitting behind can say, okay, then I can also do the same thing. I can also do this. But no. And so when I tell you that this spirit of control is demonic, I want you to understand it. It's very crucial. Now, anybody that this video you come across this video, you have to turn away from that mindset and start, whatever you're doing, start ignoring the noise. The noise that this community comes with to hold yourself back, to limit yourself. No. Go all out. Whatever capacity is inside of you, go all out. You have to break records, break those records. What? Because you are not only doing it for yourself. You are doing it for some 5-year-old. You are doing it for some 12-year-old. You are doing it for some 17-year-old who is sitting back behind his phone. And all the odds are against them. You are that person's inspiration. Watch part 3.